Before I get to the Black Sabbath record, I'm going to first get to the Black Sabbath shoes. That's right, Black Sabbath shoes coming up. It's been requested before, I think a couple of times, and when I've done the live streams, the live chats, whatever you call it. I sometimes get things from AliExpress or other places, but people have said, you should do an AliExpress unboxing sometime, which is kind of hard to do because I mean, to me, I feel like I get things from there a lot, but it's only every, a few times a year. Sometimes it is a lot of stuff, and I don't feel like doing an unboxing video of everything I buy. It's enough boredom doing the records. But I did recently get last week Black Sabbath shoes, and I opened them, and I'm going to show them right now. This is what they look like. Very nice, no? Very cool. Wow. Hey, I'm 54 years old and I'm wearing Black Sabbath shoes. I think they're very cool. And these are from AliExpress. These cost, I think there was 438 pesos, 458 pesos, something like that. 400, somewhere around there anyway, 25 bucks. You can figure out the currency in your country. And there they are. The quality, I mean, I haven't worn them yet. I tried them on. They did fit. They're true to size, I guess, what people say. But I mean, in terms of the quality of the print, it's fantastic. It's really colorful. It's sharp. The shoes seem, I mean, for cheap shoes, they seem very good. This is padded here. The sole is quite cushy. These are like Chuck Taylor Converse style, which so I've had a few of the cheap ones before. Some are better than others, but I'll wear these a few times a year. These are probably going to last me for years. But and they've even got the Black Sabbath on the tongue. So very cool. And they have, I'm not trying to promote anything, but they've got Judas Priest and Black Sabbath, Ozzy, Kiss, of course, Iron Maiden, Stray Cats. I even saw Stray Cats shoes. You can get that. So there they are. Now my friend Dallas, when I got these last week, I sent him a picture 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. And he thought they were cool, and he looked on AliExpress. He's in Canada. He couldn't find them anywhere. So I don't know if they're blocked in some countries. I don't know if it's a copyright thing or what. Obviously, these are not officially licensed shoes. But Dallas liked them, and I was sending him screenshots of all the ones I saw. He couldn't find any of them. So I don't know, but I like them. Pretty cool. Black Sabbath shoes. Now to get to the star attraction. I can put these on my couch because they're clean. They're virgin shoes is what they are, and they're okay on the couch. Now I'm gonna get to the Black Sabbath record called Sabotage, and I got this a long time ago. I got this. This is still in the box. For some reason, they put it in one of these giant boxes. I got this a couple of months ago, June 17th. Almost 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, I got this. I haven't opened it yet. I'm way behind on these, but this is what I'm going to talk about today. And before I open it, my general thoughts on this album. I like this album a lot. This is a great one. I think it's one that it's, I guess, the sixth one in what is considered by me, and I think a lot of people, the six classic Black Sabbath albums, which I talked about when I did Sabbath Bloody Sabbath a few weeks ago, that I think, I'm a big Kiss fan and a big Black Sabbath fan. You can kind of, I think, draw a parallel between the first 6 Kiss records, not including the Alive records, and the first 6 Black Sabbath records. They're all, for me, very interchangeably great. Hard to pick a favorite, hard to pick a least favorite of that album, of that collection of albums. But Sabotage is one that I think most people, I think if you ask true Black Sabbath fans, and when I mean that, I don't mean that in an elitist way, but just people that are familiar enough with Black Sabbath to know, all the good ones anyway, and maybe the other ones. I would guess most people would put this at number 6. I think this is for sure better than the first album. I would put the first album at number 6 out of the Black Sabbath records. I'm not sure where I'd put Sabotage, maybe 3rd or 4th. But but I like a lot. Those first 6 Black Sabbath records are incredible. And I guess it's because there was really, other than Symptom of the Universe, there was nothing on this record that was like a live staple that they did, you know, in subsequent tours. I know they did Megalomania, I guess, on this tour because it was on the Past Lives live album. And what else did they do? I don't know. I'm not really familiar with, you know, the Black Sabbath archive set list. But Symptom of the Universe, I guess, stayed around for a while, but that's it. Yeah, but I really like it. It came out in 1975. This was, I guess, kind of the end. This was like Love Gun for Kiss, and then Technical Ecstasy was Dynasty, and Never Say Die was Unmasked. Those 2 albums, by each of those bands, were not considered very good. This was the last classic Black Sabbath album. Not counting, and then you could even say Heaven and Hell was like Creatures of the Night or Lick It Up, that, you know, maybe it didn't sell as well, but people really love Heaven and Hell, and people really loved Creatures of the Night. I don't love Creatures of the Night. I like it. So that's it for Sabotage. Now I'm going to open it. I'm going to open the box now and go through it. I've been very, very impressed with the Black Sabbath records that I've got so far. I got the first one. Volume 4, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and now Sabotage. I can't get Paranoid or Master of Reality. They're too expensive. I did order them quite a long time ago, over a month ago. Haven't received them. I think I'll never get them. So this might be the last Black Sabbath for a while. So I will open it. I did cut it open just a little bit when I got it to peek inside to see that it was Sabotage. I think I got this around the time, or even before I started having the Amazon problems. So I wanted to make sure that's what it was. So, oh yeah, I was saying I've been impressed with the Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, the first record, and Volume 4. I love the packaging of them. They've all been gatefolds so far. I don't know if this one will be a gatefold. And they had nice, I think they had good liner notes and pictures of them. Very cool. And I never had this record. I was a little bit late to Black Sabbath. I got Paranoid in 1980. And as far as I can remember, I never had another Black Sabbath record. I got the Black Sabbath CDs later, probably in the early 90s. I went back and got them all. But I never had, so I had Sabotage on CD, but never on vinyl. So let me take out the. This is like a long. Oh my God! This is like a Link sausage. This is like the longest one ever. This is like a magic trick. I keep pulling it and pulling it. That's the longest one ever. This is about 4 meters. I'm not sure about that. It's going to take me a long time to pop all these because I do like to pop them. And don't tell me that you don't. All right, here it is, and there's no packaging in it, just and the corners are okay. All right, so there it is, and there's the back. It's a mirror image, reverse image, whatever. I like this Black Sabbath logo. I've talked before about how Black Sabbath had, they never really had like a true logo. They had a different one for every record. This was the one that they also used on We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll, but I really like it. Maybe I just like these lightning bolt looking S's, like Kiss logos, like the Kiss logo. All right, and just a little hype sticker, Black Sabbath 180 gram vinyl, which I'm going to go take a picture of right now. And I just realized, I only realized after I opened it, that it is not a gatefold like the first record, Volume 4, and Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath were all gatefolds. And I know Paranoid is a gatefold too, because I did have that record. And I will assume that Master of Reality is, if Paranoid was and Volume 4 was. And Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath was too. So, I don't know, was this, maybe some of you people that are bigger Black Sabbath fans than I, was the original record a gatefold or not? Or maybe this reissue, and I'm not sure. Looks like, it's hard to read, it's so small and bad lighting. 2015, looks like this was reissued. I would think if they were going to reissue them, they would make them true to the original ones. But anyway, it's okay. So I will open it up, see what's inside. Oh, I forgot to get my my knife out. All right, and let me take a look. There we go. All right, that was easy. And there it is without the luster. Oh, very disappointing. Nothing. Very disappointing. Maybe this was part of a different, maybe there were there different remasters or different reissues that some had better packaging than others. This is quite different than the other three. Quite, a little bit disappointing. But, oh, whatever. So not much to say there. So it just looks like this. Sabotage. It says it right on there. So going through this track by track. The first track, of course, is Hole in the Sky. And I still don't know what... There's somebody, I don't know who it is or what they say. At the beginning of Hole in the Sky, there's somebody... It sounds like a chicken squawking. He says, it sounds like that. Don't know who it is or what he's saying, but it's just some studio noise, studio chatter, and then you can hear kind of in the background a count in, Bill Ward, I guess, counting off, counting in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hole in the Sky comes in, pounding song, and it's got. I love this song, man. This has got the really great, the Black Sabbath, the real. It's got real swing and groove to it. It's heavy. It's got bounce. Pantera did it, and I love Pantera. And I do like, I mentioned this when I did Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I think I do like Metallica's version of National Acrobat and Sabracadabra better. But I don't like Black Sabbath's cover of Hole in the Sky better than, did I say that wrong? I don't like Pantera's cover of Hole in the Sky as much as the original, although I do love it. Pantera is awesome, and Hole in the Sky is awesome, but the Black Sabbath version, that's the one you need. The next song, so stupid. And something else about Hole in the Sky. I remember this so well. The very first time I ever heard the record, and I still think of this every time I hear it. I'm aware of it. Hole in the Sky doesn't sound like it ends too abruptly. Like it sounds like it got cut off half a second too early. That's what I think. And then it goes directly into Don't Start, parentheses, too late. And then that also, I think, ends abruptly going into Symptom of the Universe. But I'm sure other people feel the same way. I know I'm not so original in my thinking to think that I'm the only person who thinks that Hole in the Sky gets cut off half a second or less too late. It's very abrupt. Don't Start Too Late, waste of time, classic filler. And I don't mean classic in a good way, just classic. It's stupid. It's it's like FX on Volume 4. It's just a total waste of time. It's like the definition of filler. It's just this acoustic. Now, very different than Fluff on Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, which is an acoustic instrumental, but beautiful, just amazing. That song is amazing. And Laguna Sunrise also on Volume 4. Those, to me, those are actual songs, not just, this is just a little stupid interlude, instrumental piece. Total waste of time, and I've already talked way more about it than it deserves to be talked about. Next is Symptom of the Universe. It's Written in Your Mind, yeah. A classic Black Sabbath song. Amazing, amazing song. It's so heavy, and it's got that Black Sabbath, similar to, I mentioned this in Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, that contrast between the heaviness, that riff, and then it's like that for 3 or 4, whatever, 4.5 minutes, and then it goes. It has this kind of sound and you're. Now I don't remember this, but when I've listened to this recently, I think I wonder if people are listening to this for the first time and you're expecting it, to get heavier and heavier, like how Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, it's already heavy, and then it gets into that kind of, whatever you call it, the the middle part of the breakdown part. Where did you run to? Where did you run to? Maybe that's what you would expect with Symptom of the Universe when you hear it kind of building up. Maybe you're thinking, now it gets rough, like Paul Stanley says. But instead they go the opposite direction, and it's this beautiful, amazing, really kind of jammy, acoustic. It sounds like a totally different song, but it works well when it goes together. I think that second half or last couple of minutes of the song is just as good as the real heavy part, the Symptom of the Universe. Symptom of the Universe is written on your mind, yeah. It's a great song. Top whatever 5 Black Sabbath songs. I love it. Next, the last song on the first side, I guess it would be, I'm assuming, yeah, it is for sure, is Megalomania. Yeah, I wasn't sure about where the side ended, but yeah, it's got to be Megalomania. This song is, I think it's close to 10 minutes. Maybe it's you know what? There is a bend in this, a crease. Can you see that? It's not so bad, but come on, Amazon, get your shit together. I think Megalomania is pretty close to 10 minutes. Are the times listed on here? They are, but it's really dark and impossible to see. I'm going to say 9.5 minutes of what a ride that song is. That song has got everything. It's it starts kind of mellow. Ozzy's voice comes in. That repeating I hide, and it's very quiet and mellow. And then it crashes in. And then it changes again and becomes kind of slower and heavier. Why don't you just get out of my life? Yeah. Why doesn't everybody leave me alone? Yeah. And then it changes again to the more it gets. Let me put that in later. It gets much more up tempo. The cowbell part. I love Megalomania. Amazing song. One that nobody really talks about, I think, is his favorite Black Sabbath songs. It didn't have the legs, I guess, to stay in the set list. And as I said, they did play it on at the time because it was on Past Lives. And then the other side is Thrill of It All. And also a great part, yeah, the Megalomania is the stick me, suck me. Just going backwards a little, I just wanted to wrap that up with Megalomania. Thrill of It All is, nobody ever talked about this one as a great Black Sabbath song ever. And I think it's as good as any of them, but I don't think, as far as I know, they didn't ever play it live. This is another one that sounds, is it this one? I think it is this one. It is Thrill of It All, yeah. But it gets, it's pretty heavy. And then it gets kind of, what I say, even happy. I think there's a little bit of keyboard or synthesizer in it. That's my story. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it because I got no reason to lie. That part is much more. It's not pop. It's not a pop song or anything, but it's much more melodic. It sounds kind of happier. There's the keyboards in there. Thrill of It All is an amazing song. Next one is Superstar. More filler, although much better than and much more worthwhile than Don't Start. Parentheses, Too Late. It's got that kind of that chanting, whatever, which reminds me of, in retrospect, of the beginning of Center of Eternity by Ozzy on Bark at the Moon. It's kind of a dramatic song, but it is an instrumental, and I don't love instrumentals. There are some exceptions, but I would have liked to have lyrics in the song. Next is Am I Going Insane? This is a little bit more, this is quite a commercial song. I like it. Not my favorite on this one, but tell me, people, am I going insane? And there's some weird drums in there. I don't know if it's, I guess they're overdubbed. It doesn't sound like, and I don't know what it's called, but the during that kind of chorus part, the it sounds like the drums, those drums were overdubbed. Oh, and then the last song is the riff. The way I feel is the way I am. It's like megalomania. This album, the first side and the second side, or the last song, really close out really well. The riff is also really long. I guess also in the 9 to 10 minute range. And this is another one similar to the thrill of it all. It's heavy and it's kind of slow. It's got that kind of the way I feel is the way I am. And then later in the song, it gets kind of a little bit more up happy, a little bit more up tempo and happy. Yeah, that's a really, really good song. I'd say Megalomania and The Writ, those are, I think, the two best songs. They're really, really, I guess, complex, lots of layers, lots of stuff on there. Yeah, The Writ is excellent. And nobody ever talks about The Writ. Yeah, so that's it. I really like this album a lot. And I don't know, I think a lot of people don't like the album cover. I don't know why. I think it's fine. It's I like the concept of the mirrored images, and then on the back everything is reversed. I think it's not as great as Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, which is by far the best Black Sabbath cover. But Sabotage is an excellent album that I think more Black Sabbath fans, or maybe casual Black Sabbath fans, need to know. So that's all. Sabotage!